So after I got hooked on the pliers wrench, I knew I needed a set of Cobras. Well, I had to work on my truck. I needed some pump pliers, so I bought these, knowing the Knipex brand and their reputation for quality. This is part number 8721300. It did a phenomenal job on what I needed it for. I needed to pull the fan off of my truck, and it did a great job at clamping onto quite a large nut and putting in enough force to where I could spin it off. Now, ever since then, I've used it for everything I could use it for that's not going to damage something, and it's held up well. I really do like the quality of the mechanism to adjust the jaw width. And I do like the other thing about these is that the coating on the reins is actually pretty non-slip. I can get it pretty greasy before I have to clean them. I typically try not to get these greasy, but they have been, and they cleaned off to this point without much work at all. I'm sure I can get them cleaner. But these are a workhorse. They stay with me in my bag. They get used on homes, on vehicles, anything you name it. They are a workhorse, and that's why I got them. The other thing is they have quite a fine adjustment on the tooth count on here, and it allows me to really make fine increments. The jaw design has a fine jaw, and then into our standard jaw that you'd see, and then onto a plier jaw. And that really does allow you to select a wide variety of uses for it. And also there are tips that you can get that keep these from marring objects. There is not a single negative that I can say about these. I will warn, I would try not to use these in a water-based situation because they can start to rust. I do live in a humid area, and just like any tools, that's going to go for any brand, you're going to start to get surface rust. So what I do is I just hit them with some WD-40. You can hit them with 3-in-1, whatever. It needs to be lubricated with an oil. It needs to be taken care of. These are not going to be your go-to for getting into the sand and the mud though. Because this mechanism is sprung and it's a very tight tolerance, you don't want to do that. So then there's going to be the question, well, Ryan, how does it feel? These things are completely solid, and they have a really good rein design that feels good in your hand, and it works. I have enough leverage off of these to really put down some serious torque on objects. And obviously we all know the locking design, it'll lock onto things. Past that, it really does go to show that you need to pick a tool based on reputation for quality and for doing the job, because the last thing you want is for this thing to start slipping on something or for it to just feel crappy in your hands. And that's the reason why I didn't go for another red brand, is because I could tell right away from the grips that they put on the reins that it would just be a piece of crap tool, to be honest. And I'm not trying to be mean. If you like that brand, I have a ton of tools from them. Their hand tools do not compare, in my honest opinion, to a brand like Knipex, which is also the reason why I have a bag half full of Knipex tools. Either way, drop your comments below. What's your favorite Knipex tool? You know, let me know what you thought about this video. If there's anything you'd like to see, I'd love to hear from you. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Share this, and I hope you have a blessed day.